দেই না, যেটা আমরা দেই যে কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সি। ইউজুয়ালি আমরা কিভাবে দেই কেসগুলো? হ্যাঁ, দেখা যায় একটা অ্যাবডোমিনাল ম্যাস আছে, আমরা সেটা দেই। তো কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সি পেশেন্টের সব পেশেন্টেরই অ্যাবডোমিনাল ম্যাস থাকবে এমন কোনো কথা নাই। হ্যাঁ, মেইনলি তোমার অ্যাবডোমিনাল ম্যাস প্লাস আদার্স কিছু সিমটমস নিয়ে তোমার কাছে কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সির পেশেন্ট গুলা প্রেজেন্ট করে। ঠিক আছে, ইয়াং পেশেন্ট হতে পারে, ওল্ড পেশেন্ট হতে পারে। ঠিক আছে, তো ফার্স্ট অফ অল আমাদের যেটা জানতে হবে বা বুঝতে হবে সেটা হলো কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সির পেশেন্ট তোমার কাছে কি কি নিয়ে প্রেজেন্ট করতে পারে। ঠিক আছে, যেটা হয় যে বেড সাইডে গেলে স্যাররা গেলে প্রথমে দুইভাবে তোমাকে কোশ্চেন শুরু করে। বারবার বলছি, আগেও বলছি, আবার বলতেছি যে দুইভাবে। একটা হলো তোমাকে বলতে পারে প্রেজেন্ট ইওর কেস, আর অথবা বলতে পারে হোয়াট ইজ ইওর ডায়াগনোসিস। ঠিক আছে, তো যদি বলে প্রেজেন্ট ইওর কেস, ইন দ্যাট কেস তুমি ইউ স্টার্ট উইথ দ্য স্যালিয়েন্ট ফিচার। স্যালিয়েন্ট ফিচার দিয়ে যখন তুমি শুরু করবা এবং তুমি যখন এই জিনিসটাকে এরকম ইয়ে করবা যে তুমি প্রুফ করতে চাচ্ছ যে তোমার কেসটা the colon malignancy case, in that case you have to know all about the symptoms with which the patient will present to you. তো সিমটম গুলো তোমাকে সেভাবে সুন্দর করে বুঝাতে হবে। তো বিফোর দ্যাট তোমাকে আগে জানতে হবে যে আমরা কোলোনিক ম্যালিগনেন্সি কেসগুলোকে কিভাবে ডায়াগনোসিস করি। সেটা করতে গেলে তোমাকে সিমটম অ্যানালাইসিস করতে হবে। তো সিমটম অ্যানালাইসিস করলে we can divide the colon malignancy into two parts, one on the right colon malignancy and the left colon malignancy. দুইটাতে দুই রকম সিমটমস প্রডিউস করে, অলমোস্ট সিমিলার বাট few difference is there. তো ক্লিনিক্যালি যে সিমটমস গুলো আমরা পাই, যে রাইট সাইডেড কোলন malignancy and left sided colon malignancy a bit different. ডিফারেন্সটা কোন জায়গায় সেটা তোমাকে আগে ভালোভাবে বুঝতে হবে। হ্যাঁ, যদি তুমি ভালোভাবে স্যালিয়েন্ট ফিচার টাকে সুন্দর করে গুছাতে চাও বা সাজাতে চাও বা ভালোভাবে প্রেজেন্ট করতে চাও, ইন দ্যাট কেস রাইট কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সি এন্ড লেফট কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সিটাকে তোমার যে প্রেজেন্টেশন বা যে ক্লিনিক্যাল সিনারিওস থাকে সেটাকে তোমাকে আগে ভালোভাবে বুঝতে হবে। ইউজুয়ালি রাইট কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সি যে পেশেন্ট গুলো, এই পেশেন্ট গুলো তোমার একটু লেট প্রেজেন্টেশন হয় অনেক সময়। হ্যাঁ, আর্লি প্রেজেন্টেশনটা কম হয়। হ্যাঁ, আর একটা যেটা যে এই পেশেন্ট গুলো তোমার কাছে ভেরি ফ্রিকুয়েন্টলি অ্যানিমিয়া নিয়ে প্রেজেন্ট করে। হ্যাঁ, অ্যানিমিয়া নিয়ে প্রেজেন্ট করে। অনেক সময় এই পেশেন্ট গুলা তোমার ধরো যে অ্যাবডোমিনাল ম্যাস, এই অ্যাবডোমিনাল ম্যাস সবসময় নিয়ে সে আসে না। হ্যাঁ, যখন অ্যাবডোমিনাল ম্যাস হয়ে যায়, হ্যাঁ, তখন বুঝতে হবে যে এটা একটু বিট অ্যাডভান্সড। হ্যাঁ, বিট অ্যাডভান্সড এই কারণে তোমার এটা মাস আছে। ওখানটাতে রাইট কোলনে ডায়ামিটার বেশি। ঠিক আছে, ওখানটাতে এই জন্য পেশেন্ট গুলো একটু লেট প্রেজেন্ট করে। whereas left sided patient colon malignancy পেশেন্ট গুলা তোমার কাছে আর্লি প্রেজেন্ট করতে পারে, আবার লেট প্রেজেন্টেশন হতে পারে। হ্যাঁ, আর্লি প্রেজেন্টেশনে দেখা যায় যে পেশেন্টের একটা কমন জিনিস থাকে। হ্যাঁ, সেটা হলো অল্টারেশন অফ বাউল হ্যাবিট, ভেরি কমন। হ্যাঁ, ইন কেস অফ লেফট কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সি এই অল্টারেশন অফ বাউল হ্যাবিট ইজ নট very common in case of right colon malignancy. So when when your patient says that I have got an alteration of bowel habit, then you will definitely suspect a malignancy in the left sided colon. Alteration of bowel habit is found in the in some medical conditions like inflammatory bowel disease and diverticulitis and normal non-specific colitis. You can get alteration of bowel habit. But when it combines with a mass and generalized weakness, weight loss, anorexia, rectal bleeding, maybe fresh or altered or black occult blood in the stool. When this type of symptoms is added with alteration of bowel habit, with passage of stool mixed with mucus, this type of feature is very much common in case of colonic malignancy. So you have to understand the symptoms first. So তুমি যদি এটা ভালোভাবে বুঝতে পারো, you can diagnose any colon malignancy case, clinically. তো তাহলে দেখো রাইট সাইডেড কোলন ম্যালিগনেন্সি তে তোমার ম্যাস প্রেজেন্টেশন ম্যাস abdominal mass নিয়ে patient will come the later stage. Rather patient will come with altered patient will come with bleeding per rectum, with anemia, weakness, anorexia, weight loss, and passage of altered blood in the stool. And later on, in the later stage, patient will come with an abdominal mass. So this is the classical feature of right-sided colonic malignancy. In case of left-sided colonic malignancy, patient will present with some alteration of bowel habit, rectal bleeding, and stool mixed with mucus, and other malignant symptoms like anemia, anorexia, weakness, weight loss, this and that. So these are the main feature of right-sided and left-sided colon malignancy. So when you write down your salient feature, always keep these points in your mind, whether these points are in the are at the top of your salient features. So if these points are not available, if these points are not that much pronounced, you cannot say this is a case of colonic malignancy. So this is very important. You have to understand the symptoms of right-sided colon malignancy and left-sided colon malignancy. Another thing that a patient may come with you with obstructive symptoms, which is much more common in case of left-sided colon malignancy. Sometimes patient doesn't present with any other symptom, or patient doesn't notice any other symptoms. He just come to you with a acute intestinal obstruction, which is much more and more common in case of left-sided colon malignancy. Remember this thing. We get so many patients in our ward with obstruction, acute intestinal obstruction, which ultimately diagnosed as a case of left-sided colonic malignancy. It may be in the sigmoid colon, it may be in the rectosigmoid junction, it may be in the descending colon, it may be in the splenic flexure. So this type of presentation is very much common. When you get this presentation in a old patient, particularly above 50 or above 60 years of age, comes to you with acute intestinal obstruction, you always suspect that this might be a left colonic malignancy if combined with some other symptoms like I mentioned before, altered bowel habit. Then these symptoms patient doesn't say by himself or herself. When you ask some leading questions, when you suspect this might be a case of left colonic malignancy, and you ask some leading questions to your patients regarding his bowel habit, then she or he mentioned, that yeah, doctor, I have some altered bowel habit for the past few months. Then you will suspect that this may be a case of left colon malignancy. If it combines with the abdominal mass on the left side of your abdomen, of your patient's abdomen, then surely it will be a case of left colon malignancy until otherwise proved. So these symptoms is very important to differentiate a right colon malignancy and left colon malignancy. And you will put these points in your salient feature, and I have to mention all this chronologically. Okay, so these are the symptoms, which is very important. And now the next thing when you present this, he will ask, or your examiner will ask, what is your provisional diagnosis? Whenever you say your provisional diagnosis, then after that you will be you may ask what are the differential diagnosis. So already I mentioned the few differential diagnosis like diverticulitis, non-specific colitis, there may be lymphoma, there will be tuberculosis of the right colon or left colon. Sometimes the right colon, like the presentation of intestinal obstruction in case of left-sided colon malignancy, some of the patients on the right colon malignancy may present with acute appendicitis. If it is in the cecum, if the malignancy is in the cecum, when it invades the ileocecal junction, the ileocecal region, then it may present as a case of acute appendicitis. It's very important. It may present acute appendicitis. You are diagnosing your patient at acute appendicitis, and you go for appendicectomy, and you will find a right sided mass, right colonic mass involving the cecum or ileocecal junction. And in that case, you have to convert your surgical plan to right-sided hemicolectomy. So these are the things. And what are the differential diagnosis? You will say it may be colitis, it may be inflammatory bowel disease, maybe a lymphoma, maybe a tuberculosis. So these are the differential diagnosis. In case of right-sided colonic mass, particularly in the right lower abdomen, and the differential diagnosis will be different. You will say the differential diagnosis of appendicular mass or appendicular abscess like this. So right iliac fossa mass, there are lots of differential diagnosis, but in the right upper abdomen or right lumbar region, it will differ according to region. Say the right sided right hepatic flexure mass is there. And it may, the differential diagnosis may be a hepatocellular carcinoma, maybe a gallbladder malignancy, maybe a transverse colon malignancy, maybe a gastric malignancy, maybe a pancreatic malignancy. So here the differential diagnosis will differ according to the findings. So what will be the next question you'll be asked? In two ways. Some examiner asks, how will you proceed to diagnose your case? This is one sort of question, and some examiner will ask in short, how will you confirm your diagnosis? So two types of question, the answer will be different. If somebody asks you, how will you proceed to your diagnosis, or how will you approach your patient, how will you what are the investigations you would like to do? All three questions, in case of all three questions, the answer will be same. Okay, the answer will be same. But if somebody asks, how will you confirm your diagnosis? So you have to say one or two investigation, specific investigation that will that will help diagnose your case. So in the previous question, previous three sets of questions, how will you investigate your patient, how will you proceed to diagnose your patient, how will you approach your patient to diagnose the case, then you have to divide the investigations according to some routine investigation, some specific investigation, and some special investigation. Before that, I want to say you have to keep in your mind some advanced features also. Sometimes patient comes with advanced distension, jaundice, grossly emaciated patient. Like these symptoms are the features of advanced disease, say stage 3 disease, stage 4 disease, or the patients with distant penestosis. These symptoms you have to keep in your mind. If this type of features, if the patient comes with this type of features, then the advanced disease symptoms will be there. So, if you now come to the investigation, what are the investigations we will do? Do some routine investigations and some specific investigation. What are the specific investigations? In case of colonic malignancy, we do colonoscopy. Okay, you do colonoscopy. And what the other investigation, we do a double contrast barium enema X-ray of large rectum and large bowel. Because these two investigations are very much specific. The colonoscopy is much more specific than double contrast barium enema X-ray. And during colonoscopy, why? Due to the dual function, one a therapeutic and a diagnostic function of the colonoscopy. And during colonoscopy, you can also take a biopsy from the offending lesion. So, colonoscopy is superior to double contrast barium enema X-ray. So, if anybody asks, how will you confirm your diagnosis? Then there will be only one answer, that is colonoscopy. Okay, a full colonoscopy can diagnose your case very successfully. You can see the lesion and you can also take a biopsy, and through colonoscopy you can also put a stent over there if there is some obstructive feature. So many things are there that you can do with colonoscopy. So colonoscopy is a gold standard. It's a gold standard to diagnose confirmedly that is the case of colonic malignancy, whether it's a left colon malignancy or it's a right colon malignancy. So the problem is that sometimes you cannot see the distal portion of the colon, the proximal portion of the colon, proximal portion of the colon, due to if there is complete obstruction of the lumen. Okay, sometimes patient, I told you that sometimes patient comes with obstructive feature, acute intestinal obstruction. In that case, you sometimes you may fail to see the proximal part of the colon with colonoscopy, right? So in that case, we do a CT scan abdomen, by which we can see the offending lesion, and if there is a synchronized lesion on the other part, like sometimes patient on the left-sided colonic malignancy comes with a similar type of lesion on the right colon, which is called a synchronous colonic malignancy. Okay, many patients have received with dual site malignancy on the right and left colon. Mainly, these are found on the left-sided colon malignancy. These are the cecum. So, this type of patients, and if these patients comes with obstruction, complete obstruction of the lumen, you cannot see the proximal colon. So, the synchronous growth that is in the right, that is present in the right-sided colon, will be missed. If somebody cannot put the colonoscope distal to the growth. So in that case, we do a CT scan abdomen. CT scan abdomen, এটা করার আরেকটা সুবিধা হলো, you can, if there is some advanced, if the patient is in advanced stage, like if the patient has some distant metastasis, then you can see the metastatic lesions also with the CT scan. So in that case, CT scan will give some good information. So to identify a synchronous lesion, we'll do a CT scan to identify the metastatic condition, which is very important in case of staging and of the patient. So we do a CT scan abdomen. After colonoscopy, we do a CT scan abdomen. Then sometimes you just say colonoscopy, but you should say colonoscopy and biopsy if you suspect colonic malignancy, whether it is right-sided colonic malignancy or left-sided colonic malignancy or a transverse colonic malignancy, whatever it is. You have to say colonoscopy and biopsy. Okay, colonoscopy and biopsy. And the next investigation would be an ultrasonogram abdomen, okay, or a CT scan abdomen. Patients are the specific investigation for a full abdomen. We want to see the distant metastasis. This is very important. Initially, we will do a ultrasonogram abdomen, then we will do a CT abdomen for perfect staging. Okay. So staging holo, tomar diagnosis tomar confirm holo, and another investigation what we do in case of a suspected colonic malignancy case, we do a tumor marker. We do CEA, carcinomembranic antigen, which is raised in case of colonic malignancy. Okay. Sometimes the CEA doesn't CEA level doesn't go very high. It may be normal, but you have to do it to see the prognosis of your patient after operation or after chemotherapy or radiotherapy. So CEA, the tumor marker, is very much helpful to diagnose the case and to monitor the prognosis of your patient. So we do a CEA and other investigations that we do a CT scan, we do a chest X-ray to see whether there is a metastasis in your lung. So these are the investigations which are very much specific for the colonic malignancy. And if there is, if the patient is having a right-sided colonic malignancy and present to you the symptom of passage of blood or passage of altered blood in the stool, then you have to do a occult blood test, stool for occult blood test. If the patient doesn't complain, then you may not do the occult blood test for the stool. Okay. So if the patient complains to you and you suspect your patient has a right colonic malignancy, then you can do a stool for occult blood test. Okay. Otherwise, if the patient tells you the symptoms which suggesting a left colonic malignancy, the occult blood test is not that much necessary. Okay. So these are the things. And I told you that the left colonic malignancy comes with acute obstruction. So if there is a patient you diagnose first the acute intestinal obstruction. So what we do in acute intestinal obstruction, we do a plain X-ray abdomen, erect posture, where you can see multiple gas fluid level in a step ladder pattern in the periphery, sets up at the periphery of the film. So you can do a plain X-ray abdomen if the patient comes to you with acute intestinal obstruction. But suspect, you have to suspect a patient, an older patient with acute intestinal obstruction with some features of colonic malignancy like altered bowel habit, anemia, weight loss, anorexia, and then acute intestinal obstruction with these symptoms, acute intestinal obstruction symptoms and the symptoms of colonic malignancy like altered bowel habit, passage of mucus through the stool before the obstruction, and weight loss, and anemia, anorexia. When acute intestinal obstruction combines with these features, you must suspect a malignancy in an older patient comes to you with these features. So this is very important. So symptom analysis is most important. How to diagnose your case. If you want to diagnose your case successfully, you must analyze your symptoms very carefully, and you have to know all the symptoms of colonic malignancy, whether it's of right colonic malignancy or a left colonic malignancy. Okay, you have to remember it, and you have to put it in your salient feature and to confirm your diagnosis, to guide your examiner that my diagnosis is right with the salient features. Okay? So these are the investigations we will do to diagnose a case of colonic malignancy commonly. Okay. Then what will be the next question? The next question would be, how will you plan? What is your plan of treatment, or how will you treat your patient? What would be the treatment? Okay. So what, sir, I will go for surgery, or I will go for palliative treatment. The patient is in advanced stage. If the patient is in the advanced stage, I will go for palliative treatment. So two types of treatment. Okay, one is curative treatment. Usually, the colonic malignancy, the prognosis is very good if the diagnosis can be made in the earlier stage. Even the left colonic malignancy, even it is in the third stage or in the fourth stage, the prognosis is good. But previously I told you the right colonic malignancy comes to you in the late stage. Most of the time comes in the late stage. But if it is in the early stage, the overall colonic malignancy prognosis is very good. Okay, diagnosis is very good overall. In an average, the right colonic malignancy and left colonic malignancy, the prognosis is very good. So, what will you do? You can do if the patient comes to you in the early stages of the disease. For the right colon malignancy, we will do surgery. Surgery. What are the surgery for right colonic malignancy? You can do a right hemicolectomy or an extended right hemicolectomy. Okay, remember this. For the right colon, very simple. Right-sided colonic malignancy, you will do right hemicolectomy or extended right hemicolectomy. Okay, extended right hemicolectomy, which includes the right-sided colon and the transverse colon. Okay, right hemicolectomy, left third, that is তোমার transverse colon proximal third পর্যন্ত, you have to resect it up to the terminal 10 centimeter of the ileum. So this is right hemicolectomy. When the tumor is in the hepatic flexure, then you have to do a extended right hemicolectomy. So you have to remove the transverse colon also. You have to remove the splenic flexure also up to the proximal descending colon. So there is a picture. There are so many pictures are there in the internet. You can see what are the portions of colon that has to be removed in right hemicolectomy and extended right hemicolectomy. Right hemicolectomy or extended colonic malignancy. Okay. In case of left-sided colonic malignancy, you can do a left hemicolectomy. You can do a extended left hemicolectomy, and even you can do a partial colectomy or a isolated only. Say there is a tumor in the sigmoid colon, and it is in very early stage. You can do a sigmoid colectomy also. So these are the colonic treatment options that have been done in case of right side and left sided colon. But if it is in the transverse colon, you do a transverse colectomy. Simple, very simple. Right hemicolectomy, extended right hemicolectomy, transverse colectomy, left hemicolectomy, extended left hemicolectomy, or partial colectomy. These are the options. ঠিক আছে? So surgery, these are the surgery you can do for colonic malignancy. But if it is in the early stage, then what will you do? If it is in the early stage, you can give some two types of treatment. One is you can go for a neoadjuvant chemotherapy or radiotherapy, or a followed by surgery, or you just go for chemoradiotherapy or some stenting, radiofrequency ablation, this and that, because these will not cure the patient. These are the patient which comes with very advanced stage 4 disease with multiple site distant metastasis, and these patients will not be cured even after desperate effort to go for surgery. So you will go for palliative treatment. Just do palliation. But if we find a patient with obstruction or some features of stage 3 disease or early stage 4 disease, then you can do, the best option will be a neoadjuvant chemotherapy followed by definitive surgery or by curative surgery. So these are the options of surgery in case of surgery or in case of treatment for colorectal malignancy. So another question that is asked during a colonic colonic malignancy case, how will you prepare your patient for surgery? Sarah mostly এটা জানতে চায় যে how will you do the bowel preparation? Before you go for any surgery, you have to do a bowel preparation. So how will you do it? The bowel preparation, you have to give your patient nothing but mouth and some IV fluids and some bowel clearing medications. We give, what do we give? Polypropylene glycol, তাই না? আমরা দেই যেটা এটা মিক্স করা হয় 100 gram, around 100 gram অথবা 85 gram থাকে, mixed with 1 liter of or 2 liter of plain water, and it has to be taken by 2-3 hours. It will clear the upper bowel, proximal bowel. For the distal bowel, you will give a enema. Enema simplex, you can give enema simplex, you can give a fleet enema before surgery, and you have to for this you have to take 1 or 2 days to clear the full bowel. So bowel preparation is very important. Along with it, we give some antibiotics like ciprofloxacin, metronidazole to clear the opportunistic organisms in the colon. So nothing per mouth. You can allow some liquids, very clear liquids, and IV fluids, bowel clearing, laxatives, enema simplex or fleet enema, and some antibiotics. These are the things we give for the preparation of bowel before any bowel surgery. So bowel preparation is very important. But if the patient comes to you with intestinal obstruction, you cannot do bowel preparation because the patient is in acute condition. Acute intestinal obstruction, it's an emergency. So you cannot do bowel preparation in that case. Okay, in that case, and even you cannot do any barium contrast barium enema X-ray in case of intestinal obstruction. Okay, these two things you have to remember. In case of obstructive feature, if the patient comes with intestinal obstruction, you cannot do bowel preparation. You have to go for emergency surgery, and you cannot do double contrast barium enema. Okay, so these are the questions mostly asked in case of a colonic mass or a right abdominal mass suggesting colonic malignancy. Any questions?
Sir, extended right hemicolectomy te splenic flexure cut
Remove
করবে
করতে হবে, remove করতে হবে, right? You have to remove it.
Sir, in case of right colon right colon carcinoma present করে স্যার ডিস্টেনশন আর জন্ডিস সাথে স্যার।
Sorry, বুঝি নাই।
স্যার আপনি বলছেন না কি late features like abdominal distension and jaundice may also appear. Does it appear with right-sided carcinoma, colon carcinoma?
It can happen in both cases, right colon malignancy or left colon malignancy. In both cases, you can get liver metastasis. When there is extensive liver metastasis, the patient will come to you with jaundice and ascites. ঠিক আছে? Both cases, right colon malignancy, left colon malignancy, both may come with liver metastasis, which is the most commonest site of distant metastasis. In case it is also common in case of rectal carcinoma. Okay, liver metastasis is the most common. That's why we do ultrasonogram of whole abdomen. If that cannot be detected, then we go for CT abdomen. Even we do a diagnostic laparoscopy to see that I am liver metastasis.